Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, welcome back to the second series of the broadcast, the final series of the broadcast, the second half. Welcome to the RSL, the Rival StarCraft League Season 4 playoffs at day number 4 of 2026. Co-stream. We're here, we're back. We just wrapped up with Beyond versus Maru, a very fast best of 5, 3-0 in favor of Maru. Now we're here with MaxPax versus Trigger, which we do expect to we expect this to be a fast series as well. We expect this to be a fast series, even if it goes all the way to game 5, all the way to the ace match. We expect fast games. MaxPax and Trigger, they're very aggressive, they're very intense, especially Trigger in PvP. MaxPax is known for cutting corners and being greedy, but we have seen Trigger with a recent winning record against MaxPax. Quickly checking here, Trigger Wikipedia. For people that maybe don't watch much online StarCraft, and this does count as online StarCraft as well, I want to say Trigger has like a 3 or 4 series win streak against MaxPax. Let me just double check that. No, sorry, I think he's won 100% of the games they played this year, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, and just to talk about MaxPax's style a little bit, he's in a world where lots of Protosses are going 2-gate, proxy robo, and all
so I need to very quickly check.
He's 1-gate expanding against hero and surviving against multiple builds where
kind
they
of
tried to break him off one base. He looks like the best defensive Protoss in this matchup right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna have
So for those who haven't been watching much online StarCraft, Trigger, he has a 100% win rate against MaxPax this year, and that stat might sound a little bit off. I mean, you might be thinking like, have they played once or something? Like, so Trigger, he 2-1 MaxPax in War TV Monday number 69. He 2-0'd MaxPax in Monday Night Weekly number 37. He 2-1 MaxPax against MaxPax again in that same tournament. So he beat him twice in Monday Night Weekly 37, and he also beat MaxPax twice in Monday Night Weekly number 41 as well. So they've played 5 times this year, and Trigger has won every single time. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamma time. We'll see if MaxPax can finally win a series against Trigger this year in 2025. In 2026, can he finally win a series, or will Trigger put another win under his belt? I will say, though, there's a lot more pressure on this, and all the series I just mentioned were best of 3s. This is a best of 5. Let's go.
Now, MaxPax has scouted him, so he knows it's
so best of luck in the chat.
One thing about PvP in general is that, and there's the proxy pylon, by the way. One thing about PvP in general is that
Trigger is going for the one base all in.
As a race, it's kind of got these sharp turns.
This was a gate expand into Cybercore, hyper greed out of MaxPax, and Trigger should be able to punish this. He should be able to. We'll see if he can. And MaxPax should be responding, reacting with his own defensive setup as we're going for the early gate.
I'm sorry, I totally didn't see. What building is that?
Gateway.
It's a proxied gateway. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be basically a big kind of tier 1 pressure build to try to bust him down. Not relying on like a robo and an immortal. Not relying on an oracle flying into the main, or we've even sometimes seen like a void ray there to pressure. You know, an entrance in some iterations of the game, but it's not going to be that. I'm sorry, it is going to be a robo as well.
Oh, he scouts. He sees. He knows.
Yeah, the robo coming down later at MaxPax.
And we should be seeing a responsive robo out of MaxPax.
To know
reactive.
Exactly what is coming his way, as now he can tailor his
he throws in extra gateways
to counter his opponents a little bit more specifically. We see the shield battery going down. He has another sentry on the way, chronoing out that warp gate, and it's all going to be about, can he hold his natural here? There's even a second pylon for Trigger a little bit closer towards the base, just for those slightly quicker warp-ins.
And remember, because it was a delayed robo, it does mean that gateway units hit faster here. Trigger is making 3 stalkers at a time, and Trigger will soon be pushing in.
And they'll probably play this mini game like a few times as Trigger warps in more and more units here.
So he's got a second pylon up here, so he can warp in adepts and hit even harder.
Does he go for the economy?
But we haven't had the rush
Not
activate
quite.
yet. The warp prism started.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit. And every passing moment here is going to be a little bit of additional income in here for MaxPax. He's at 31 probes, where Trigger's at 23. So Trigger's very much locked in to try to come in here.
Yeah, let's be careful. He has to respect those force fields.
Slitting move. He wants to basically get in here and get the kill immediately.
Yeah, nice block on the ramp again. These shield batteries going to be
there's a way into the main.
The defensive.
I guess spotted by hallucination.
The Phoenix spots
nice scout.
The Warp Prism move out, so he knows the timing of that exactly. Trigger's going into an immortal follow-up here. And 3 more adepts as well, so we don't have a crazy amount of stalkers.
And bearing in mind that again, Trigger, he is building up a larger army over time. The immortal's on the way.
MaxPax once again blocks the natural, very important, blocks the ramp. And here comes the attack.
Again, force fields, he can micro against it, he can pull away. Nice micro, nice control so far.
So he can actually take the stalkers.
Trigger doesn't lose a single unit.
Good force fields are going to buy a little bit of time.
Yeah,
he's going to keep these 3 stalkers up here. I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought he would have brought everything down there.
He's afraid of
He might
rotation.
just be worried about the War Prism getting in. Oh my god, he actually could have pulled the trigger there if he wanted to, but Ops not.
Oh, he locks down the sentries! They're locked in!
Take the fight down here. Force fields
He's locked in! Ooh, one of them goes down.
In the main.
Yeah, a bit of miscontrol.
Join up with the rest of the army. Good micro with this Prism. Just
again, Stalker's a bit out of range here for MaxPax. Doesn't break through.
Right now. Can MaxPax pick off a couple? No, they're all saved.
So, I mean, what are we gonna do now?
So I believe MaxPax, I believe Trigger, he lost 1 adept in that. I think it was just the 1 adept.
Is just gonna take the game. There's still a decent number of shield batteries. Is he gonna
commit with
this? Okay, so he lets those.
It's going for the economy.
Shade in there, and this means that well, he's gonna get some worker kills. But I mean, right now MaxPax, even as he's losing workers, is still up. He's already lost 8 workers, and he's still in the lead, 28 to 23.
Yeah, you can definitely afford some losses.
Again, there are just so many batteries here. There's 5 batteries for MaxPax. I don't know if 2 Immortals is going to cut it.
Will he go into the main again? He's going to threaten it at least. Would like to see it blocked instead of letting. It's interesting that he's just letting these in. Like, okay, if you want to warp in, fine, I'll just kill your units.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because I'm so used to just seeing them plug that up with the pylon, but he seems to have some idea that he wants to be able to fish them in like that.
The nice force fields here by MaxPax. Very nice force fields. He goes back Trigger.
Now he's got 3 up here.
Boys are being pulled. Trigger gets caught out. He gets caught. He's gonna get out of here.
I don't know if there's enough material outside of the Immortals to really do anything. I mean, there's so much.
Yeah, Trigger's gonna lose all the gateway units, and with that MaxPax, he holds.
So many units right now, and with the 5 batteries, was able to hold on. Even pulled the probes to help in this defense, and now it's just Immortals and a Prism against this whole army. Obviously, he can kite for a long time, but eventually...
As we mentioned, Trigger, he got caught out by the force fields, he got caught out at the natural. Again, Trigger, he was hoping... Oh no, the Prism! Oh, Prism goes down! There's nothing left.
He gets him beautifully done.
He's gonna get the final Immortal as well.
Okay, so, I mean, I think Trigger's gonna try one more time here, but I think this game's basically...
But to give praise to MaxPax did an amazing job when it came to keeping up with the Warp Prism. We did mention that one of the strengths of this build that Trigger was going for is threatening a dive into the main with that Warp Prism. But MaxPax was so adamant about keeping units in his main base. Tasers and Surgeon, they were even being a little bit critical about MaxPax keeping Stalkers in position, but no, like that was a correct call to leave those Stalkers in the main base to be ready for the Prism, and also to scout and confirm the Prism location with those hallucinations as well, to make sure that MaxPax was ready for that dive, was ready for that rotation, and made sure that he was able to force a fight with all of his batteries.
The army supplies are dead even, but MaxPax has 5 batteries that are natural, and it just has such a huge impact on these fights.
Yeah, he is going to try to come in again. MaxPax, let's see, does he let it in again here? No, this time he decides to go with the plug. And, yeah, I mean, it's just going to be Trigger trying once more. Will he make another Warp Prism, perhaps, before he attacks in, or is that going to be too much time? He does go for another Warp Prism.
Yeah, I mean, the clock is running out here for Trigger. He needs to get some damage done soon. It's so interesting that he's just fine to let those go in and just trade out Stalkers for trade out Adepts for Workers. But I mean, when you have this much of a lead, why not? You've been up you're up 14 probes. You've been up for a long time, so like killing the economy of MaxPax doesn't actually win the game. You have to break the natural somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I think this game is getting easier and easier here for MaxPax. So there's going to be one more attack in here.
The final push.
Force fields are going to go down. I think we'll probably have to have those Stalkers that are in the main pulled in here with the rest of this and try to attack.
We get some decent micro, but Stalkers are going down. Yeah, Stalkers are going down, Adepts are going down.
And MaxPax's army just looks
Trigger, he's just bleeding out far too much.
Putting in work, and Trigger's attack starting to fizzle out a bit. He's still juggling these units as much as he can, saving them some very nice micro, but he just doesn't have enough right now, it looks like, to actually make the full dive into the natural and get on top of these units and the batteries.
Okay, another warp in here.
Yeah, again, it all just came down to that first push with the 3 Immortals when you overextended. Like, Trigger did overextend. If you recall, he got caught in the natural. That was the moment where he lost his Prism and he lost all 3 Immortals, if you recall.
A lot of times it's great to just try to go for the Stalkers on the ground here because so much of the attention is going to be focused on microing the Immortals into the Warp Prisms. That's when you can kind of clear out that other material on the board.
Wow, these Immortals got some really good shots there. They actually killed 2 sentries and a Stalker, I think, very quickly. Yeah. Microing these Stalkers back to the back line.
I mean, again, Trigger, he's juggling his units well.
That's the thing. Trigger always has this option to pull a bunch of probes because he's almost 20 ahead. And these can be a beat shield and allow
Oh,
the rest of his units
lose
to
an
get on top
immortal,
of the
the
prism.
prism.
It falls once again, and with that, the immortal will go down. And
GG.
GG is called. MaxPax takes map number 1 here.
Yeah, beautifully done. Although I did like what Trigger tried to do, but yeah, I mean, if you hold off the rush,
GG, well played. Again, Trigger going for the proxy gateway into a delayed proxy robo, going for the prism threaten into the main, but again, he never got in, right? He was never able to rotate, never got into the main base. MaxPax, who was so adamant about keeping units in position in the main base and also scanning that prism with the hallucinations, making sure he caught up with the rotations and making sure that he was forcing a main push into the natural where he had 5 batteries. Crazy. GG well played with that. MaxPax does take a lead in the series, and we'll see how Trigger will approach the rest of this series. I do apologize if I missed it, but did they show the map order? Let's double check here. Do we know the map order here from MaxPax versus Trigger? Okay, so game 2 is going to be oh god, Celestial Enclave. That's a difficult one. Celestial Enclave is the easiest map to go for the MaxPax build on. Like, the MaxPax build that he's known for, going gate, expand into Cybercore, is much more favored on Celestial Enclave because of the ramp coming into the natural. There's a ramp coming into the natural, and you have a pocket expansion as well. It is hyper defensive, so we do often see Phoenix Wars on Celestial. I'm curious to see if Trigger is going to go for his own economic build to counter the economic build of MaxPax, or if he tries to one base all in. But again, I feel like one base all ins are not too favored on this map. They're more difficult to pull off on Celestial. I'm not too convinced by the idea, but we'll see. We'll see what the plan is.
Anyways, down here in the bottom left is Trigger. In the top right is MaxPax.
Indeed, we move on to Celestial Enclave map number 2.
MaxPax, International Man of Mystery. We have overlays for the webcams, but we can't use them. Because MaxPax is at home right now wearing one of those anonymous masks, you know?
V for Vendetta
He's got
mask.
V for Vendetta mask on right now. I imagine he's in his house right now, and on his face is actually blurred out. Somehow in real life, like they censored it. But yeah, we're happy to have him here playing in the RSL.
So no surprises here. MaxPax is going for his economic build. Again, it should be a gate expand. He might even go Nexus first, but there it is. The gateway has been thrown down. And Trigger, he's doing it again. He's going for the all-in.
Get him in the studio,
Oh, sorry, I should say he's going for the proxy. He's going into the pocket. But this is too obvious.
Tell him it's a proxy.
Does he proxy? Oh, this is so smart. Okay. No, okay, never mind. Never mind.
Where we are here in Korea.
Okay.
So
hold on. In my brain, I thought he was gonna sneak into the back, sneak into the pocket base, hug the main, come down the ramp, and then proxy at the rocks. But on MaxPax's side, I thought he was gonna, because there is enough room there for gateways and for a proxy. I thought that's where he was going. No, never mind. He just went into to scout.
High ground to use. This probe going to be a little bit annoying, but eventually leave.
I thought he was going full big brain on this one.
MaxPax, kind of interesting. And both players. We actually have 2 gases for both players.
So from here, I mean, Trigger is still going for the proxy pylon into proxy robo into one base all in, but it's going to be right outside of the, right at the 4th location. Now, something that is stronger on this map is the Warp Prism play. Now, the reason for this, if you remember, Trigger, he never got into the main base of MaxPax on 10,000 feet because you're so limited in your attack path and your avenue into that main. But here on Celestial, because of the pocket location, there's a lot more area, there's a lot more room to be able to go for the Prism and to be able to unload into the bases and actually to break into the main. So there's a lot more options, there's just a lot more room to work with, so that can factor into this all-in as well from Trigger. Is bypassing the natural entirely. True.
But then, if you let them get the Nexus up, then they know, oh, maybe you are proxying me, right?
Right.
So he's got the Robo right out here again, and it's going to be a very quick Warp Prism.
Yeah, Prism first. Again, he can just get in.
2 gates in Trigger's main, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 gates.
Yeah, in the main we have 2 gates, one more being made out on the map, as well as the Robo.
Meanwhile, we do see MaxPax going for a Stargate, opening into Oracle first. Ooh, this is risky out of MaxPax. Very risky.
Is this literally the same build that we saw before?
No.
It's very similar, yeah.
It is
Did he get
similar.
an Immortal first? last game, or did he get the Warp Prism first? I actually can't
Prism
remember.
first.
Yeah,
I'm really putting myself on the spot here.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
right. You're like asking Ziggy. Ziggy's like.
All right,
This is similar to last game. Last game it was Gate, Robo. This time it was Robo
okay,
Gate.
so he's gonna come up here with the Warp
So
Prism.
faster Warp Prism.
And
Going for the middle
into
line.
the main he goes.
Ooh, waste a shot.
And he's going to basically be trying to kill probes. He's got
Oh,
the
he
stalker
tanks
to
with the
basically try to
stalker. He's
soak
going
up
for the middle
damage
line. He's
here.
killing a bunch of
But
workers.
the plan is to kill a bunch of probes. And there's probably nothing
Yeah, 5, 6. Ooh, 6 probes going down. At the same time, the Oracle. No, the Oracle also does equalizing damage. That should not have happened.
6 go down for MaxPax. 5 for Trigger as that Oracle did get into the main. And
This should have been a massive economic lead for Trigger, but he loses workers to the Oracle.
did a lot of work. Here comes the Void Ray though, so the Warp Prism has
Oh,
to be
no,
careful.
Prism,
He's warping the Stalkers. Will they be able to
Can
save
he actually
it?
deny it? Oh, okay.
Oh my
go down.
god.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to actually get that under the battery. The Warp Prism's gone, but 4 stalkers are on the loose.
Can I get the Void Ray?
Oh my.
Jesus.
And Adept somehow in the main here as well. Units just everywhere right now. You just completely bypass the defenses of MaxPax there. Find himself in the
Trigger,
main.
his macro
Void Ray away
slipping.
from the shield battery, but the rest of the gateway units help here. And
Yeah,
MaxPax wants to
MaxPax is
make another
holding.
battery to
There was so much
help over this
potential.
direction.
So
There's
much
no way out
potential
for these units,
here.
right? There's no War Prism.
No,
It's just in production now.
Can't recall it. Good night. Takes out that final stalker.
Like again, like I like the build. Like the build was sound, the strategy was sound, but the execution here was a little bit lacking when it came to the defenses back at home. When it came to the Prism getting caught out by the Void Ray.
Go into another position, so he's going to get another Warp Prism here. Uh-oh, here come the Void Rays.
Oh, he can't lose the Prism again.
Oh!
No! He gets away. Just and the Void Ray goes
Finally,
down.
I've always wanted to cast sentries fighting Void Rays. Now I've gotten every possible combination or interaction you could have in StarCraft 2.
Wow, that Warp Prism just lives, but it's going to take a while to reach
Prism is so low.
shields here. So Trigger will have to wait for just a moment.
It's so much worse just having a low HP Warp Prism.
Oh,
There's so much
yeah.
less that you can do with it. In moments like this, I'm like, well, do I just make a second Warp Prism here and leave this one back at home? This is going to be really hard to do anything with, especially with the Void Rays out here, right? Like, if you actually stop that to warp anything at home.
the Prism goes out.
They just get it. That's crazy. He might get... No, he doesn't even get a Void Ray for the trade. The shield battery able to save that, but Trigger going to start to work on some of these...
Yeah, Trigger's running out of steam. He's running out of steam.
Sentry goes down right away. Looks like he might be able to...
He
get
does have a
more
decent army count, that's
here.
true, but he has so much to work through here.
I mean,
There's so many Guardian shields here.
Yeah,
What is
I know,
going on?
this is such a funny-looking interaction. There definitely one is the right number to have.
Nice
in a
force
fight like
field,
this.
but...
You know, if he gets that cybernetic score, that will delay the ability to make stalkers
God, the
here.
battery keeps that unit alive
But it
for
seems
so
like
long.
MaxPax is pretty buttoned up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max Ice, he's
That
fine.
Zealot in the wall was like Rambo, man. He was taking so much fire and just standing through it all with the shield battery.
Just a big damage sponge over there.
No,
oh, is he going to get the
stasis.
stun off? Okay, he actually gets it on one probe.
Nice
Pulls
reaction
away.
there by Trigger, minimizing that damage. He's going to go again. The core is very low. Might be able to pick that off quickly if MaxPax retreats. Right now, trying to target down the Void Rays, but just saves that sentry.
Oh, yeah, he actually saved it. I got confused. I'm like, it disappeared. Where did it go?
It's gone.
So he's going to back up. And again, you know, the longer this game goes on, the more money goes into the bank here for MaxPax, who is...
Yeah, when it comes to these all-ins, like again, so much of it rides on the initial couple of moments, on the initial couple of trades, and for Trigger to lose that Prism when he did, I mean, that just slowed down the all-in so heavily. Does bust into the main, there is one battery in position, only one.
Shield battery up here as well, though. So, okay, one Stalker goes down right away. Is this Trigger's moment
It's a
to get
Void.
something done here? The Void Ray
the
falls.
Prism back alive.
Good micro, saving a couple units. The force field keeps everything out, but doesn't trap anything.
Yeah, you know, the problem is that it's basically impossible to get out of here easily once you commit to this position here as Trigger. So he's going to warp it a little bit more. Probes are being pulled.
Oh,
That's nasty.
That's disgusting.
He's got a great stun over there. MaxPax has to be careful not to get fished too far in.
Dude, look at Trigger's income.
I
while that was
appreciate the
happening.
universal
There's, like,
response we
nothing
just
coming
had
in
to
there.
seeing all
Wow,
those stasis
finally back
probes.
to
Like,
mining. The Void Ray falls, but so does some of these
I appreciated
Stalkers.
that.
It looks like
GG.
MaxPax has done it again.
Are we going to
GG.
have 2 3-0s? Okay, what time is it right now?
This might actually be the shortest RSL
It's
day
8.
ever. It's 8
The
o'clock.
show started at 7.
We've been live for 1 hour.
We can change the rules that we're in power. I'm like, this is a best of 7 now.
There's a
GG, GG, well played. Again, winding it back, I do like the idea here for Trigger. Like, as we were mentioning, he did have a free reign in the main base. He got into the main. He killed 6 probes. He killed 6 probes at the start of the game. but remember what happened. MaxPax went for a Stargate opener into Oracle first, and the Oracle killed 5 probes across the map. So the economic lead that Trigger should have had this game, he did not. He did have some Stalkers back at him to defend. The camera didn't pan over in time to see what the interaction was looking like. But to kill 5 workers and for the Oracle to get away as well was brutal. Like, again, that was just a really, really rough start for Trigger, as he should have had an economic lead coming into the all-in, but he didn't. He lost that economic advantage. He lost 5 probes back at home, and of course that was immediately preceded by losing that war prison. The prison was sniped in the natural base. That was brutal. We emphasized how that heavily slowed down the all-in and gave MaxPax so much freedom, so much time to actually build up a defense and get ready and throw down his batteries and prepare back at home. Like, imagine a world where that hadn't happened. So that's why I want to emphasize that, like, I feel like the build and the strategy was sound here from Trigger, but unfortunately the execution was lacking, whether it's nerves, whether it's I probably wouldn't even just say nerves, but again, we did see some lacking of execution, and as a result MaxPax is up 2-0. He's up 2-0, he's up 2-0, and one more game is all he needs. I believe they're going to be cutting to a break. And when we come back, we'll have the remainder of the series. We're hoping for a longer back and forth here, but it might be a 3-0. The pressure is on Trigger. Heavily on Trigger here. We'll see you guys soon after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back here to the RSL, the Rival StarCraft League Season 4 Playoffs Day number 4 co-stream. We're here in the upper bracket semifinals, and we are mid-series. MaxPax is currently up 2-0 versus Trigger, and despite Trigger's 100% record against MaxPax this year, with 5 wins, with 5 series under Trigger's belt, here when it matters most in RSL, he's choking a little bit. Like, again, I do feel a little bit dissatisfied with game number 2, but we'll see if he can make up for it here in game number 3. Let's go. Once again, MaxPax going for the low ground setup here, going for the gate expand into Cybercore. Meanwhile, Trigger is going for a 1 base all in, question mark. Eyes are on Trigger. He's been going for different variations of 1 base all in so far in game 1 and game 2, and again, I feel like there was a lot of opportunity and a lot of potential in game 2 specifically, but Trigger did fumble the ball. Shulsojugot, Trigger. Shulsojugot, can we redeem ourselves? Can we make a series out of this? Or are we going home? Are we going to go to bed? Am I going to let the bunnies out? Do we end the stream early? It's on you, Trigger. It's on you. No pressure, papi. No pressure. Aye. But you got how many grapes are on you? How many?
He might think that Trigger.
Hold on. Trigger, there's 10,000 grapes on you, but what are you gonna do? Fight back for the grapes. True. That's the Trigger.
Trigger did not scout
for the people, for the gamba.
MaxPax can actually go Nexus before Cybernetics Core, which is the most greedy variant of this build you can do.
He's already done this before.
The earlier you get your Nexus down with this build...
So State is pointing out, like, oh, he's going Nexus before Cybercore. He went for this build last game as well. But yes, MaxPax, he's going for greedier... Sorry, he went for it in game 1, I should say. But he's going for greedy variations, greedy builds. Meanwhile, Trigger to set up a pylon towards the south side.
On the bottom right side of the map here, we'll have to see what the...
Are we going Stargate?
We've seen him go for
it's so far away. It's got to be Stargate, right?
We'll have to see if that's the choice once more.
I think it's going to be a Stargate.
It's going to be.
The distance just doesn't make sense for a robo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very far away.
Let's go!
Okay.
Twilight Council.
Is this going to be some DTs maybe? Or are we going to see some Blink?
I think Blink is the more likely option here.
Yeah, I think I just want to see DTs because the games get so...
I agree with States. I would imagine this is going to be early Blink into Mass Stalker. DT is an option for sure, but because of the standard Stargate play of MaxPax, DTs aren't viable against MaxPax specifically. Against another player, sure it can work, but against MaxPax, he already has Oracles.
Blink here for Trigger, most likely, more likely than not.
We have a second pylon coming down a little bit closer to MaxPax's natural as well for a shorter distance to walk. There is the blink confirmed. Being chronoed out, lots of stalkers being warped in here. And it's going to be a micro fest with this blink. And Trigger's blink
free the bunnies.
Is among the best, if not, is way up there. He has really good control with blink.
Yeah, it's top 3 for sure. As we have the Adept getting spotted here in the main base, Trigger able to shoo that thing away. So MaxPax confirms the stalker count. He sees that the units are at home for Trigger. He knows there isn't an expansion, but he hasn't yet seen the procs.
Forge responds. MaxPax is going to have some cannons here to help defend. MaxPax doesn't know what kind of all-in is coming his way, so he's preparing for the worst. Preparing for anything.
And so his response to this is going to be adding in a forge.
Yep.
Wow, very interesting. The double battery and the forge coming out. Energy recharge on the Oracle will be sent across.
Yeah, this is a common response that MaxPax goes for after a Stargate opener is to go for the forge into cannons to help defend.
Yeah, Stasis Trap.
So meanwhile, it's going to be 4-gate blink out of Trigger.
As much time as possible to get these photon cannons up, which makes a lot of sense. And for Trigger, the natural wall-in is going to be easy picking. So even almost getting this Oracle there. Two shots in, and Trigger's always going to have to keep 1 or 2 Stalkers back at home now to try and deal with this. If he can get any hull damage on this Oracle, he would love it, but I feel like MaxPax might be a little bit too on top.
Yeah, the fact he has Blink makes it a little bit nicer, though. You can actually chase that Oracle down.
So one of the reasons why you do typically react and respond with all these cannons is because you have very limited units this early on. You are heavily reliant on your Void Rays, so it's wise to get your cannons, your shield batteries up and running. Void Rays are going to be able to rotate back and forth, bearing in mind that Trigger can bypass the natural and blink into the main. That is going to be an option.
To fall here as Trigger
Base out the stasis. Reveals blink.
One of, I guess I should say, the only stasis trap. And the core and gateway are just here to buy time. It's a lot harder for Trigger to attack in onto the shield batteries and the photon cannons, but he wants to reach critical mass here. With
Trigger, he's waiting for the opportunity here to dive on that Void Ray. Prismatic Alignment is now on cooldown. There's going to be 1 Prismatic Alignment available, but that might not be enough. Trigger,
Void Rays, and later on it's going to be
he's gaining ground.
And Trigger needs to get the confirmed kills on the Void Rays. Otherwise, he's not able to break through, and that's a
massive
good blink
volley
right there.
Yeah,
he has enough to 2-shot Void Rays. Another stasis.
The gateway, tons of damage here. Another battery.
And again, you can see the cannons coming into play. Like without these cannons and Trigger, he would just have free reign to the natural. This is giving MaxPax some defenses here, some freedom, some breathing room until the Immortals pop.
It goes to work on this cannon as well. Gets that, blinks out, rinse and
The cannons are just buying time.
There's a stasis ward back there, so if you ever blink forward, you could be in trouble. You've got to take this methodically and slowly.
Does he blink? Is he tempted?
There. Nice trade, and the Void Ray count is starting to grow here up to 3.
Does he notice? Does he notice the stasis traps?
It's a lot of DPS.
Don't do it, Trigger. Oh, he bet that one.
Trigger is able to deactivate one of these stasis traps. Has he seen this one here right under that?
Has he seen it?
Yet it's hard to say.
Has he seen?
For now, he's just continuing to push into this wall.
Does he know?
1 photon cannon remaining, but 3
Does he
Void Rays
know?
and an Immortal here for MaxPax.
Yeah, but 18 Stalkers
Trigger.
on the side of Trigger. This is good armies on both sides right now, trying to remake some of these buildings.
I think he's aware.
Trigger loses another Stalker there. Got to be careful.
Based on that movement, yeah, he knows.
Nice set off with just the 1 Stalker there, so he did know it was there.
Yeah, he's able to deactivate it, but I'm worried that he's
pick
losing
up.
a little bit too much time. MaxPax is reaching critical mass. He now has 4 Void Rays out. He's dropping another stasis trap. He has
Jesus, 4 Void Rays into Immortals. I don't think Trigger can break him anymore. I think it's too late. But remember, Trigger, he can always try to get some high ground vision and go in towards the main base. For now, though, he's trying to force his way into the natural.
Get enough momentum going, and MaxPax knows he just needs to keep surviving.
Prismatic Alignment just ran out.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Stalker-killing army right now. Just mass Void Ray Immortal.
This soon oh, he blinks in! He gets one!
Blink in, get the Immortal, does pick off
Yeah,
one.
gets one Immortal. He's going for the other.
It's getting low. Nice pick off by Trigger. He gets out.
There was no Prismatic Alignment.
Yeah, he lost a lot of Stalkers there. It's an expensive trade when you go in for 2 Immortals like that one. You stick it out for 4 volleys on all these Stalkers, because that entire time the photon cannon is dishing out damage. The Immortals.
But again, look at the lack of side defense. There's only 1 shield battery. He dives in.
He's going to 2-shot 1 more Immortal.
Oh, there's Prismatic Alignment. Oh god, the punish.
Stalkers get taken out right there by all these Void Rays. And with a shield battery and the photon cannon, once they activate their charge, you can't really contest it here as Trigger.
Yeah, another Immortal on the way as well, and if Trigger, it feels like if MaxPax.
But again, there is an opening here just because of the lack of side defense. But again, Trigger is running out of Stalkers. He bled out too much. He bled out too much.
Not going to be the case. That
Void Ray survives. No,
No! The stasis trap in the main base of Trigger having the economy as well. He's going to come in again and step forward, try and snipe down one of these Void Rays. And that's it. GG is called. MaxPax's defense too tight, and in what is probably been the shortest day of RSL ever, we wrap up 2 best-of-5s with 2-3-0.
GG, well played. GG, well played. Congratulations here at MaxPax. He will claim the series. Trigger, he did have a variety of builds up his sleeve, different variations of 1 base all in. Bear that in mind. And again, I'm still thinking about game 2. I'm still thinking about the execution there. When it came to this final game here, Trigger, he was gaining ground. He was able to break through the batteries. raise the cannons, the cyber core. Did take him some time to do so, but that's the purpose of all that side defense, of course. But that blink into the immortals was brutal. As I mentioned, I want to say he lost what was it, like 7 or 8 stalkers. Like he lost so many stalkers trying to break through those immortals. It was not quite worth it in the end. He just did not have enough, and in the end he was broken then and there. He just could not keep pushing, could not break the natural, and MaxPax does hold. And MaxPax, he wins his very first series against Trigger in 2026. GG. GG. MaxPax, he will not get 6-0'd. He will not he will not lose 6 series in a row against a player. No. Only 5. GG, well played. With that, congratulations to MaxPax. Does claim the series, does begin his comeback against Trigger. Again, I do want to say that, I mean, I don't know if I want to say it. Like, potentially some nerves involved when it comes to Trigger. Like, he's known for his micro, he's known for his control, but again, I feel like that was lacking in that second game. And maybe getting to him a little bit there. But regardless, GG well played. With that, MaxPax does advance on to the upper bracket finals, and we have the rest of the bracket here. Also, if you're a fan of Trigger and if you're a fan of Beyond, they are still in the tournament. They are knocked down to the lower brackets, where they're going to be facing off against Rogue and against... Oh, off the top of my head. Against Rogue and against another player. Was it Cure? Yeah, Cure, okay. I was like, no, it's not Cure, is it? Is it Cure? I wasn't sure. But yes, against Cure and Rogue, respectively. So they do have another chance later on in the tournament, and that's going to be continuing next week. Next weekend is going to be the lower bracket quarterfinals, and the rest of the bracket as well will be unfolding over the next 2 weeks' time. Of course, we will be there to co-stream, most likely. Like, again, as long as nothing goes awry, we should be able to co-stream those events and co-stream those RSL broadcast days. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. To get a bit of a shorter broadcast, which I'm totally fine with. I'm gonna go get some rest. I was alluding to it earlier in the chat, but again, today was rough, baby. Last night we had a very long broadcast. It was ladder stream into RSL into the Platinum StarCraft, the Platinum Heroes SE2 Tour tournament. So back to back, and I made the mistake of drinking coffee during the Platinum Heroes cast, which was at 2 a.m. in the morning, and it ended at around like 6 a.m. in the morning, almost 7 a.m. But because of the coffee that I had drunk, like, I could not sleep. Like, I was in bed for like 4 hours. Like, I think I ended up falling more than that, actually. I think I ended up passing out at around midday, which was brutal. Yeah, that's I'm quite, I only ever drink coffee for moments like that when I do need to stay awake for a cast. But because I drink coffee, so I like drink coffee like once, sorry, like single digits in a year, like maybe like 7 times a year or something. Like, I don't feel the need to do so, but I do for like a Home Story Cup broadcast or a cast like this. It's like deep late into the night, and because of that, like, it's like super effective. Like, I'm a little bit more sensitive to caffeine as a result, because I just barely drink it, and I just could not sleep. So yeah, I'm a little bit out of it, a little bit fatigued. My sleep schedule is a little bit in whack, but hopefully we're able to get it back on track for the rest of the week, as we do have plenty of StarCraft ahead of us. Bam, one moment here. As we do have our weekly schedule. When it comes to our schedule, as you can see, we just wrapped up with our early morning broadcast. Now, this schedule was actually this past week's schedule. We just wrapped up with the final cast on Sunday on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen down there, bottom right. Our next broadcast should be at 8 p.m. my time. That's going to be at around 6 p.m. KST. 6 p.m. KST tomorrow is going to be some StarCraft Evolution League content, or StarCraft Evo content. So we're going to be casting some CranKy Epic series. That's going to be a best of 9. Best of 9. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. Featuring 2 top players. Un momento here. Featuring Beyond vs. Classic. So it's going to be Beyond vs. Classic in a best of 9 StarCraft Evolution show match. Meanwhile, we do have some SC Evo League number 19 on the 31st. That's going to be Tuesday morning. We have the Tunic Cup Tuesday evening. We have Pegasus Cup, Kung Fu Cup, more Pegasus Cup, the Podcast, OSC Elite Rising Star, RSL on Friday onwards, and more Kung Fu Cup action as well. Jesus, we have a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. Bearing in mind that next week, RSL is going to be a 3-day event, 3 days of RSL Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to be crowning our RSL champion this upcoming weekend. Meanwhile, I don't know if you noticed, but I did say that Tuna Cup was going to be on Tuesday. Typically, Tuna Cups are on Sunday, but that's today. Because of RSL, we did reschedule, right? We rescheduled our event due to RSL. We did not want to clash. We did not want to step on anyone's toes. So just to avoid any kind of scheduling clashing and scheduling conflicts, we did move our tournament to Tuesday instead. Just that's going to be the case for the next 2 weeks. Is a Tuesday cast instead of a Sunday cast for Tuna Cup. Just as a heads up. As a heads up. So Tuna Cup is going to be on the Tuesday, and if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, exclamation mark Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. It funds Tuna Cup, it funds the Duckling Open and the Swan Open as well, all funded via the Patreon. So you can help us out there if you wish. Exclamation mark Patreon in the chat. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We would appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some StarCraft Evolution content. We'll see you guys for the rest of the week as well, as we have plenty of content ahead of us here. As always, this week's schedule is a little bit I want to say it's a little bit in flux. There might be some adjustments made to the schedule depending on a daily basis here. There have been some things happening IRL, but for the most part, we should be live at least once a day. Upcoming week should be twice a day. We have a lot of StarCraft ahead of us. A lot of StarCraft, 2 casts a day, every single day. We're catching up. We're catching up, Abby. A lot of content to get through. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some Enki Epic Series or Beyond versus Classic. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.